Hello, I'm Tan the Tan BOTC channel. This is probably not gonna. I'm just gonna show this area. It's running like gas right now though, just because I'm streaming. This frickin' area right here, where you get like one of the fourth statue things, whatever altar thingies. This frickin' part literally broke me. I was on frickin' Discord complaining to Dave about it, and I'm like on not that hard of a difficulty. I'm on easy for this. And this was freaking ridiculous. It showed every aspect of what was, if you're going to find anything wrong with this game and its combat. Sorry, this freaking mouse does not want to stay in one place. I have to freaking move it myself. But this one area right here where there are two freaking ogres is the one place that tells me how freaking bad they utilize this goddamn combat system. This combat's awesome. I love the combat. But frick, the things you use the combat towards are not freaking fun. By the third map area, the third open world area, which I'm trying to remember what it's called. Uh, where is it? Shatterscarp. By the third area, I noticed how tedious, and I started to feel that grindiness of it. And a lot of people like like grindy games, stuff like frickin' looter shooters and stuff, Destiny, all that crap. I don't know. Though a lot of days nowadays people hate Destiny 2, but I'm sure they still like Destiny 1. I don't know. Goddamn, this one ogre fight frickin' destroyed me. I beat it on my first try, but it was painful. One of the most painful things in any game. The amount of health those two ogres on this freaking difficulty alone must have rivaled Midir the Dark Eater from Dark Souls 3. He has like one of the biggest health pools in any of the Souls games. I would rather fight him. I would rather fight him. I'd at least be having fun. This was frustrating. Every element of this game that was bad showed, especially here. This is my character. I just have them in the background. I don't want to look at the freaking game, the other parts of the game, that freaking area. That was one of the worst parts. I was literally telling Dave every aspect of it that freaking sucks. This was not even like it's probably a side quest since it had the freaking one of the ritual things, but it wasn't even like a main quest. I just randomly came across it. I was like, yeah, beat everything else's ass. Might as well here. At this point, I just feel like I'm doing a checklist of things. I don't even feel like I'm playing a video game anymore. It just feels like a checklist. The only thing pulling me through this game now is just the story, and I don't even know if it's gonna be enough to frickin' like validate liking this game that much. That was one of the most frustrating parts to any game I've ever experienced. And I've experienced some frustrating parts. I've even put myself through playing games that I love on the hardest difficulties. Like when I played the Mass Effect trilogy on an insane difficulty, or the Gears of War games, those games couldn't even compare. None of the Souls games compared to how freaking annoying and obnoxious. And then when I thought, oh boy, how would this be on the hardest difficulty? I couldn't. It just pissed me off thinking about it. I just could not comprehend how freaking grindy it would have been. And unpleasant, unfun. This one part truly cemented it. I know it's later in the game, but god damn. The health they had was ridiculous. There were so many goddamn enemies. I hated the freaking archers. There's a mage, there's a healer. The healer pissed me off. Every aspect of that freaking battle pissed me off. There were so many skeleton enemies. There were these freaking annoying ones slapping at me. I forgot about them. Annoying one slapping at me, frickin' sword and shield dude, two dudes with frickin' giant swords had giant health pools. I don't even think they were three skull enemies, by the way. And then you had the healer and the archers, which if I tried to get up on them, they kept running away. It was so annoying and pissing me off. And they kept healing like the ogre's health and stuff if I tried to fight them. So I just decided to focus on the. And it was the most annoying thing. They downed my two companions really quick, making it so that every enemy, even the two ogres in that area, freaking focused on me. It got to a point where one of my companions, I couldn't even find where one of my companions went to. Like I was looking on the mini map too, I couldn't even find them. It was a cluster of freaking enemies and such. And the only companion that was helping me get out of that and at least have some aggro, but I still had to pick his ass up, was freaking Brandon Keener's Garrus freaking Kai, whatever the frick. I call him Garrus because I know it's the freaking same actor. And he was the only one holding anything. I had to constantly cast that spell. Even with spells, melee and spells I was using, and the special. By the way, I hate how you access the special, your like abilities. Sorry that it's running like that ass. Let me see if I can show you. So, what is it? You do this. So, since most of my stuff is like this is fine, but you have to go to like an extra layer for these and then select the one you want. It's not a hard thing to do, but it just added to the annoyance and the plethora of things just going on the screen. It was freaking, there was so much going on because of this one freaking fight. It was hard to keep up with. I just had to complain about it to keep you guys up to date on my feelings on this game. Um, by the way, can I mention something? I don't think he technically did spoil anything, and I can't remember if he did say there were spoilers. I have to rewatch it to see. But then again, if I rewatch it, he's probably going to spoil it again. But G-Man Lives, I should have made a comment on under his video. Not to be mean or anything. I feel like I was trying to watch that video with Dave, and Dave got pissed off at him because he technically, if he's right about what he said, he technically spoils the goddamn game's story, a big aspect of the game's story, like right away in that video. Like it must have been 5 minutes in or whatever. He spoiled the goddamn thing if he did, and he might want to do like a spoiler warning or something, or just remove that part altogether. Like that was really dumb. I'm sorry. I love G-Man Lives, but that was one thing like me and Dave couldn't stand. But back to this, I just hated this fight. So much was going on. It was a cluster of freaking enemies everywhere, all the types of enemies, and the annoying animations, like if I tried to put up my shield but it was too soon, so I had to get away from all the enemies even though they're all aggroed on me. You went through this stupid animation of you flipping through your pages because it failed and you have to still wait for the timer. And then there's other dumbass animations, like I kept getting knocked down by these enemies. They kept knocking me down and I'd have to go through that stupid ass being knocked back animation. I even had one that flinged me so far across that goddamn area. It was freaking annoying. This was one of the worst freaking things. And when I was typing to Dave, not only could I not see my keyboard, but I couldn't even focus enough to type. I just typed out my frustration the way I felt it. I just could not. It was one of the most annoying experiences. There were four archers. Four. And if you tried to get up to them, not only were they spongy, but they kept running away. And you had to freaking run up with them. And by the way, if you put a shield on, that shield, and then you got hit with like fire or ice or something, especially the ice, that one mage freaking freezing me in place, making not only my attack slow, but making it hard to catch up with them because they're running around. God damn, everything in that one fight was showing you how freaking annoying this combat can be when it's at its freaking worst. It was so bad. No amount of magic or melee, like, god damn. If you're focused mostly on melee, if you run into a fight like this, you're probably not going to have fun. Hell, I've already started finding the game grindy since the third map. Now I'm this one fight in the fourth map, and I haven't even cleared the whole map. Frickin' pissed me off. This one goddamn fight. Understandable, it was probably Well, actually, it wasn't a boss fight because it didn't have the boss health bar. Hell, there were bosses even in this area that were easier than this. Like, what the hell? This should have just straight up let you know it was a boss fight by having the two giant health bar enemies or whatever. I've fought ogres before. They do not have that much health, at least from what I've experienced. That was freaking annoying. I freaking hated that. That was one of the worst things I had to freaking deal with in any game. That was awful. So freaking awful. I gotta get better gear and stuff. I had a pretty good weapon too. I was mostly relying on the mace, which is like 161. God
Avowed more
freaking
like
damn.
lobotomized.
Yeah, I'm live streaming how freaking annoying this stupid. I'm almost done.
Yeah, I
Now
really
it's
wanted to
using
add a
this
comment.
grimoire.
I really want to add the comment. It doesn't matter if like on normal it's like well balanced for like your build or whatever, or it's just more. It's the point is it shouldn't be this demanding on easy, and that it's clearly more demanding than everything before it.
Yeah,
It's too demanding for easy. I feel like it should be that frustrating on normal, if anything, not easy.
yeah. I'm
Because
on
if
easy. The
something
reason I chose easy, by the way, was because I heard all of the reviews saying that this game,
exactly,
goes that far. And I
it's like
finally made it to a part that was like this.
if there's suddenly an encounter that's more demanding for like execution and for your thinking than anything else before it, that's just kind of poorly planned.
Bro, I need to complain to you afterwards because that was the most cluster freaking thing I've ever dealt with. There was so much going on screen. I didn't even mention, once again, the shield thing, the shield effect mixed with like
Yeah.
fire or ice going on it. I couldn't see my goddamn screen. I couldn't make anything out. So it made it hard trying to chase the freaking healer guy, which is running around while I'm getting my ass beat. By the way, there were extra skeletons I forgot to mention, those stupid slappy ones. Those guys were
Oh
there
my.
too. There were so many. So many. And the two ogres with health that rival Midir the Dark Eater from Dark Souls 3, which is known to have the biggest health pool of any boss in a Souls game, couldn't match up to those assholes. And I don't even think the skeletons were uh, three skull enemies. I don't know what they were, but they had a lot of freaking health too. Everyone felt like a sponge. It was freaking awful. It was one of the worst freaking battles I've come across in this freaking game. I'm going to complete the game, but I swear if there are things even worse than that up ahead in this game, because that was just a side thing. That was just a side thing. I don't know what to expect from a main thing now. And now it's got me worried how much more pissed off it's going to have me. I also made a note in the video before you joined that if technically G-Man Lives did spoil the game at near the beginning of his video, he might want to remove that.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. It feels like there's more
It feels like it
interpretation
might
to
have been
the
a
thing.
misinterpretation. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels more like that. But I still don't think he should have said that like 5 minutes into his video. Like, seriously, bro? And I don't even know if he had a warning ahead of time of spoilers, but I don't think so. I'd have to rewatch it and see. But then I'd spoil myself if it is. So, frick.
We'll have to find out in like 20 more hours.
However fricking long this game takes. I just wanted to rant about this fricking part of the game. This was one of the worst fricking parts of any game I've fricking experienced in anything.
It's like,
I
you were
hope you.
saying you got through it first try, but it pissed you off that much.
Yeah, I got through it first try, but it pissed me off. There was so much. I had to keep up with healing myself. I had to keep up with healing my teammates. And then I even lost one of my teammates. Frickin' what's her name? I couldn't even find her. Uh, so I just kept using Kai to aggro them. And even his aggro wasn't enough because I still had like 50 guys on me, or the equivalent of that. That felt like that.
Pause.
So dumb. Yes.
50 guys on you, pause.
No, no. Not like that. Phrasing, no. It was so bad. It was so freaking bad and annoying. And the animations, like, I kept getting knocked over. There was one time where I got knocked practically across the goddamn arena that took
That's got to
place
be
in.
freaking
That
annoying.
was happening so much. And with the combined being frozen and slowly attacking enemies from that one mage I can't keep up with because he's also running around like a freaking headless chicken. And then I remember at the beginning alone
Chicken
when I was
Jason.
fighting when I was fighting the ogres and I was like, wait, their health is barely going down. Oh, there's a freaking healer. So I went and took care of him. Their health still was taking forever to go down. No DPS abilities helped for that either. I had fire too, and nothing freaking helped. It was one of the worst freaking parts of the game, in my opinion. I hope there is no more like that. That was freaking awful. Also, the enemy variety is starting to really lack. It is just a lot of the same enemies now, just reskin different colors and such. So I'm starting to
Here's the
notice
question:
that
is it
too.
still a step up from Outer Worlds because at least the enemy
Oh
variety took
my.
this long to get stale?
It technically gets stale by the third open world. Um,
That still sounds like a step up from Open World from Outer Worlds to me.
I don't know. This one part was so. Technically, it's a side thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have to see the rest of the game. If it's just as
it's
freaking
like,
annoying, then I
what's the
can't.
priority with some of their late game side activities? Is the priority challenge suddenly, and some of the side ones for late game?
It makes me hate their side quest stuff because I'm pretty sure that's part of a side quest because it's one of the they were defending that one ritual stone thingy or whatever the frick it's called. I don't care. That you bring back to your camp and you put on the freaking pedestal.
Oh, a totem part. Okay.
Yeah, totem part. So it was definitely part of a side quest, and it was pain. Nothing but pain. God freaking damn it. That was awful. I don't know. I feel like the story's not gonna be worth it either by the end. Like, I don't know. This grind is too much. It's too much even for me. I hate grindy games, but like I can at least deal with it in games like this. This was just too much this time. That was one of the worst freaking things. And you're
Play it on
already
Game
coming
Pass,
off of
folks.
all the stupid. Yeah, at least it's on Game Pass. I don't know. That was painful. That is so painful. I'd rather die. No, just kidding.
I'm going to kill.
No. But I hope you found something interesting from this video. I don't know what you could possibly find interesting from this, but have a good day.
Good day,
Better than
sir.
mine. Yeah, it's G to Y.